Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Brian Donnelly. I'm an expert in distilled spirits with 9 years experience in the alcoholic beverage industry, and my goal is to educate consumers more about the alcoholic beverages they enjoy so they can make better shopping and drinking decisions. You know, the only other El Valle Agave tequila I can think of off the top of my head is Herradura, which, you know, is a wonderful tequila, wonderful mainstream tequila, but, you know, their silver is going to receive 45 days of barrel aging, so it's not exactly an apples to apples comparison. You know, there's no oak, just pure agave flavor, and so that's why I want to do the tasting with Lalo. All right, so I'm going to top up my Código, and I have my trusted baby bottle of Lalo. I can't find my 750 bottle of Lalo, but I was gifted a 375 of Lalo recently. So I've been using this for some of my comparison tastings. You can never have too many bottles of Lalo laying around. I'm filming this video after the announcement that Tito's Vodka has bought the majority share of Lalo Tequila. You know, so there's a lot of concerns for people, you know, even people like me that, you know, love the Lalo brand and think it's the benchmark of quality for this price point. So, you know, only time will tell, but, you know, this is a bottle that I've had, you know, for a while. So there's no questioning its quality. You know, it's original Lalo juice. So, my left hand I have Lalo. My right hand I have Código Blanco. For those of you that are unfamiliar with Lalo, it is a Blanco only additive free tequila, very similar to this particular label from Código, so very similar price point. So this should be a really interesting tasting because these are very different products in terms of where they're sourcing their agave, but the fact they compete in the kind of the same space, I'm interested to see which flavor profile I prefer. I would say they have similar intensities on the nose. I think the Código even perhaps has a bit more intense of a nose. But I'm going to try a sip of the Lalo first. My mouth's already warmed up to the alcohol. To me, and, you know, I've drank Lalo many times, you know, there's obviously great agave flavor on this, but to me, the supporting flavors, which in this might be that kind of fruity, floral flavors that you stereotypically get with Los Altos Tequila, which you stereotypically get with Los Altos Agave. For me, those supporting elements taste bigger in this, you know, versus Código was very, at least when I tried it earlier, very, you know, agave was the dominant flavor with these kind of small supporting flavors. But I'm going to rinse my palate real quick. That was water, don't worry, not tequila. All right, let's give this a try. Honestly, I do feel like that agave flavor is bigger. Like there's a bigger agave flavor with Código. And there's those supporting flavors are there too, but they're a little more muted. Versus with the Lalo, they're, you know, each flavor perhaps represents a bigger share of that final flavor profile. God, these are both really good. Okay. You know, I'm only going to sip each of these once. You know, this comparison tasting is not the primary reason for making this video. This primary reason for making this video is to talk to you about the brand, the high degree of transparency, and let you guys know if I think each of these labels are worth their average retail price. But it's always fun to do a comparative tasting. And for me, I definitely think both these products are fantastic. They're both a little different. I think you could buy each of these separately and enjoy them in different ways. But for me, no questions asked, Lalo is worth the money. And the Código, their Blanco is really tasty, you know? And it might be a little boozy at first, but maybe that was just my palate, you know, warming up to alcohol. But that second, third sip, no booze at all flavor. I mean, this is a flavor profile that I would hope and expect out of a Blanco tequila using El Valle sourced agave at this price point. I think they hit the nail on the head, and that's about all you can ask. So if a customer said, I wanted that desired flavor profile for this price point, I think this product is definitely worth the money. And I think it definitely goes toe-to-toe and holds up to the comparison with Lalo, which I very much think is the benchmark of the category. So comparing these two products, I'm not going to say one's better or worse than the other. They're both a little different. You know, again, I'm a huge fan of Lalo, and so that's why I'm always tasting these products against Lalo. But, you know, like on my Mi Gente video, I very much preferred Lalo to Mi Gente, but I don't know if I can quite say that on this product. You know, they're both very tasty, but for slightly different ways, and I don't think I can as clearly say I enjoy one more than the other. So they're both delicious, they're both worth the money, and they're both just a little different in their final flavor profile. Thank you so much again for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, maybe even learned something. Please give this video a like and consider subscribing. If you would like to be notified whenever I have new content on my website or this YouTube channel, please consider subscribing to my email newsletter. If you have any feedback for the channel, leave me a comment or shoot me an email. I do my best to personally read and respond to every single email I receive. Also, if you'd like to support this channel further, please consider becoming a Patreon member or gift me a cocktail through the link below in the description. Thank you so much again for your support. If you do not care about the video component of these brand tastings and educational videos, then please consider subscribing to my podcast. You can find it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you consume your podcast. It's just the audio content of these videos. Thank you so much again for watching, and as always, please drink responsibly.